It's great to see you today on the Raven's Nest, finding hope and spirit in these interesting times. And don't forget to subscribe.
There's a guy, Scott Galloway, that I like his ideas. He's a trip. But he has started something, and he's gotten the ear of a lot of people in the recent few years. And so he is starting it's probably just up now, a website about like resist and unsubscribe that
Mm-hmm.
that the the titans of industry, so to speak, that they don't really care about protests. They don't care about ideas. What they care
Mm-hmm.
about is the bottom line. And
Right.
that so they made him and some of his people made a website of the most vulnerable and most relevant to who to strike,
Hmm.
meaning like so rather than a general strike, that's too much. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because and saying to not buy food, how are you going to say that? And
Right.
anyway, the people who sell food make very little on the food, but
Right.
the tech people are making a shit ton of money, and it's most of it is not essential. So like
Mm-hmm.
AI stuff, how many subscriptions do people have? iTunes, like we saw with Spotify, that by people disengaging from that, it does get their attention. And so
Mm-hmm.
he has a list apparently at this, I haven't looked at it yet, of all the most relevant companies and what they offer, and then places to actually unsubscribe. And so especially
Mm.
paid accounts.
Right.
And so the thing about capitalism is that the most strategic thing that we can do is not participate. It's not protesting.
Exactly.
But I
Mm-hmm.
disagree about the power of protest. I think it
Oh,
brings support and camaraderie to people and helps who are in it, that we're not alone, and also it does bring other people into it. But as far as a tactic,
mm-hmm.
the times when we've seen companies make a change is when their bottom line is hit, and
Right.
and they make different choices. And so that is something that we can definitely, anyone can do, is really
Mm-hmm.
be like, do people need two, three, four platforms for streaming
Right.
content, like a Netflix
Right.
or a HBO Max or whatever they are? And so maybe for an
Right.
amount of time, go down to one, just pick one and
Right.
unsubscribe from the rest. Or how many accounts do we need in this and that? And a lot of times nowadays, $3 a month, $5 a month, $20 a month, even OpenAI or any of those, the paid subscribers, the more
Right.
people that unsubscribe and stop paying into their pockets, that's what
Right.
they notice. And that
Right.
happened with Target, although Target's being an asshole
Yeah.
apparently, in different ways now, letting ICE
Yeah.
use their parking lots and all kinds of stuff. Home
Yeah,
Depot
which is a
too.
shame because for ages and ages, Target was like the progressive
But that's the
department store.
place that black shoppers have really boycotted, and it really
Mm-hmm.
has
Mm-hmm.
dropped their bottom line about that. So anyway, that's another way that anyone can be very purposeful about who we participate with, who we support.
Right.
But that's all digital. Like, that's not
Right.
cash. But a lot of people are tied up with actually more than we need.
Mm-hmm.
This subscription, that
Absolutely.
subscription, right?
Right.
And we haven't really been thinking about it too strategically. So that is
Right.
something that we can do. So yeah, I guess all the big things, we don't know how we're going to get from point A to point Z, but we just have to
Right.
keep showing up, and we have
Right.
to keep participating in the ways that we can. And we don't know what will do what, I think is important.
Right.
So instead of thinking, oh, what could I do? I'm just one person. But many drops make flood, as the wise
Right.
saying goes.
Right.
And the most
One
important
drop of
thing,
sea. Right.
yeah, the most important thing, I think, is that we, especially white people,
Mm-hmm.
refuse to disengage and say, well, this isn't my problem. It is. And it's in our cells, it's in our bodies, it's in our lineages. And we're the ones that really have the obligation to stay engaged
Right.
with the
Right.
movement and to find ways to forward it and support what we vision, even if we don't know how it will be on whatever other side. I mean, it could be way worse or it could
Right.
be way better. And I am choosing that we move towards the way better, that everyone,
Yes.
the majority of the people, after we muddle through this shit bog, that
Mm-hmm.
it turns enough people to say, boy, we better never do that again. We have to change our
Right.
ways,
Right.
rather than it becoming some horrible, like all the dystopian movies, in
Right.
all the different ways.
We're glad you joined us today on The Raven's Nest, finding hope and spirit in interesting times. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like what you hear, give us a big thumbs up. We'll see you next time.